So guys, I am back with yet another Borderlands 4 video, and today guys I bring you the working glitches after the latest patch we received a couple days back. Now what I will say is this is probably the most asked question or requested video due to many people actually coming to me and telling me things like this Songbird glitch and the Birt's Bees glitch and all that glitches don't work anymore. So I went back through every single glitch that I've posted, even new ones compared to last week's working glitches after the latest patch. And today guys I bring you a complete guide on everything that indeed still works. Now, not to waste anyone's time, timestamps are in the video description, so if you see a glitch in that timestamps then it still works. So if you know about these glitches already and just want to see if they still work, again just check out the timestamps in the video description. If the glitch is there covered today then it works 100%. But let's go. How's it going guys? My name is Dupe. If you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Okay, so most of the video clips you'll see in today's video in regards to glitches will be clips I recorded from previous videos, because if they still work I might as well just showcase the same glitch guide. But yeah, there are also a few other glitches that I will add in that are brand new since the last week's glitches that work after the latest patch. So yeah, again timestamps will be down below. So let's get into it guys. And starting as normal with the duplication glitch. So yes, this still indeed works. Now all you need to do for this one is be in somebody else's lobby. The laggier the lobby, the better. Now if you can make it lag by spamming weapons or dropping loot on the floor, this seems to work too. What I also did with my pal was I had the host go into his bank and spam the bumpers going in between the two tabs of withdraw and deposit. This was lagging it enough for me to dupe, so try this out. So in a team of two, the host creates that lag and the other player goes into their bank. From this point guys, you want to withdraw the item you want to dupe as quickly as possible. So if you have an item you want to dupe, make sure it's in your bank first, make sure it's actually inside the bank first, then go to the withdraw tab, and while the lag is being created, or if you're in a laggy lobby, spam that withdraw button. If it has worked, in the deposit tab you should see multiple of the items you tried to dupe. Now this won't work for the host, I don't believe, but it is a super simple duping glitch. Next up guys, we have the Songbird damage glitch. So the Songbird is a pistol that you can indeed farm from the Rock and Roller boss. He is found within the Trinket Crevice abandoned mine located right here on the map. These open up after you complete the campaign. So when you have the Songbird pistol, you can actually increase and stack its damage, and you do this very easily. So what you want to do guys is go into your inventory and make sure the Songbird is equipped with any other weapon, but make sure you only have 2 weapons equipped in total, one being the Songbird. You want 2 empty slots in your weapon slots. So from this point guys, what you want to do is with the Songbird in hand, empty out the clip. Simple as that, shoot all bullets. When the weapon is doing the auto animation or the auto reload animation, you just want to swap weapons and swap back to the Songbird as quickly as possible during that reload animation. So on console here, while that Songbird is in that mid reload animation, you double tap Y. On PlayStation, you double tap triangle. You keep doing this guys, and every instance you do this, it stacks damage, but you have to do it mid reload. You can't just spam the swap weapon button. You have to wait for, like say, when the bullets are being put into the chamber to do it then. So just double tapping your switch weapon button, you'll switch to your other weapon and switch back to the Songbird, and it is as simple as this in stacking damage. And you're seeing on screen now guys, when you stack damage like this for a couple of minutes, you can see exactly how powerful this thing is. It will one tap more or less every boss in the game. Pretty crazy guys. Okay, so let's move on. And now if you have a Vladof SMG with the flamethrower alt firing mode on it, and you also have a Vladof enhancement with the bullet holes perk on it, if you equip these two you can do devastating things. So how this works is as simple as this. With both equipped, with that flamethrower Vladof SMG in hand. What you want to do guys is hold down your fire button, which on controller is that right trigger, so you're firing in that normal mode of the SMG. Then guys, you just want to spam down on your D-pad to switch in and out of the alt firing mode, which will be flamethrower. Upon you doing this guys, you're stacking projectiles into the SMG's main firing mode. So if you shot one projectile, you keep doing this, you'll shoot 2, then 3, then 4 with a single shot. You do this for about 5 minutes guys, and you do incredible things. You'll have an SMG like you're seeing on screen now that just obliterates absolutely everything in the game. But remember, it needs to be a Vladof SMG with that alt firing mode of flamethrower on it, and you also need the Vladof enhancement with that bullet holes perk on it. Now this Vladof enhancement can come in all rarities, blue, purple or even legendary. As long as it has that bullet holes on it, you are good to go with it. So yes, take advantage of this while it's still in the game. Now this also works with the Birt's Bees, as long as that Birt's Bees has the flamethrower alt firing mode on it. Again, you pair this with that Vladof enhancement with that bullet holes perk on it, you do the exact same thing. Hold down that trigger, that firing button in your main firing mode of the Birt's Bees, and then just spam down on your D-pad, which switches in and out of that alt firing mode. And what this does is, because we know the Birt's Bees actually shoots at bees, it stacks these bees, it adds in an extra bee every time you do this. So after about 5 minutes of doing this guys, with a single shot you're shooting out hundreds, if you wanted to, even thousands of bees. And what this does to enemies and bosses is absolutely brutal, as you're seeing now by the footage in the background. This thing is absolutely crazy. But guys, it gets even wilder with the Birt's Bees. It gets to a point where this weapon can one-tap every boss in the game and even ignore those immune phases, which we'll come to in a quick second. So there's another thing you can do with the Birt's Bees, which actually doesn't require an enhancement, you just need a particular roll on it. Now there's actually a couple you can get, a couple of rolls you can get on the Birt's Bees, which this would work with, one way crazier than the other. Now the first one to keep an eye out on is a Birt's Bees with the alt firing mode of taser on it, but it also needs to have Torg licensed sticky magazine, fire sticky gyro jets that explode on reload or when switching modes, which do increase explosion damage or explosive damage. Now if you get this version with the taser on it, what you can do with this is quite crazy. So if you fire out the Torg projectiles to a point, so let's say you're fighting a boss, if you fire these all out and you hit that boss, if you stop before you empty the clip, so let's say you shoot 95% of the bullets, so you get a few left in the mag, if you switch to the taser then switch back, you do like a weapon damage swap. So therefore then those gyro jets that explode will do that taser's damage, and this works utterly unbelievably. Now what I will say is the Birt's Bees you're seeing on screen now I'm using, the taser has 4 shots within it. If you can get a Birt's Bees where this alt fire mode of taser only has 1 shot in it, this does way more damage. But again, you need to have that Birt's Bees with the alt firing mode of taser on it, but you also need especially Torg licensed sticky magazine. This is an absolute must for this 2 weapon, and not the Torg magazine where they explode on impact. You need to have the ones that explode on reload or switching modes. Once you have these guys, you can do some crazy damage. But guys, it gets even more broke than this. What I'm about to show you is quite possibly the most craziest OP broken weapon in Borderlands history. So if you get a Birt's Bees which has the alt firing mode of flamethrower on it, fires a flamethrower that deals so and so damage, it doesn't matter on the damage here, but it also has Torg licensed sticky magazine, fires sticky gyro jets that explode on reload or when switching modes that do so and so explosion damage. If you have these 2 on the same Birt's Bees, this is by far the most broken thing you are ever going to witness in this game. So you don't need no enhancement, all you need is this weapon. So what you do guys is, like what we just did with that taser, you empty let's say half of the clip into a boss. You don't even need to use the entire clip. If you empty most of the clip into a boss, leaving a couple in the mag, then guys switch to that flamethrower mode and switch back to your main firing mode, you insta wipe out every boss in the game. And what's even crazier about this guys is, it ignores immune phases. So that big old dude with that big old belly, yeah, normally when you fight him you have to throw that like green spear at him to remove his immune phase. With this version of the Birt's Bees and doing this, you do not. Bosses like the bio bulkhead where you have to throw the gas canisters at him. Not with this weapon. You spray those torque stickers at him, obviously not emptying the magazine, then just switch to that flamethrower mode, switch back, and it insta wipes him out whether he has an immune phase or not. This thing is utterly broken. And what's great about this, guys, is you need no damage stacking phase, you need nothing of that nature. But like weapons we just covered, like the Songbird, the Vladof SMGs with that flamethrower attachment on it, and the other previous Birt bees that we've been stacking that damage on, the great things about these is you can swap weapons, you can fast travel, you can die, etc, and you keep those damage buffs. Just keep in mind, if you unequip the weapon or back out the game and load back in, you do lose those buffs. But with that Birt bees that ignores those immune phases that one taps every boss, you don't have to stack anything. You can just use this whenever you like, unequip it, equip it, whatever. There's nothing involved in regards to stacking. You just need those torque stickers on it that explode after reload, as well as having that alt firing mode of flamethrower. When you have these together, guys, you've got the most broken weapon in the game. So yeah. So where do you farm the Birt bees from? Okay, so this drops my boss called Sludgemaw. Now Sludgemaw is opened up after you complete 2 side quests. So right here on the map, guys, as you complete or get through the campaign, you'll unlock side quests. The first one is called Null and Void, again found right here on the map. Upon you completing this side quest, you then unlock All Charged Up, again appearing right here on the map. At the end of this mission, people, you then fight Sludgemaw. Completing this quest line, Sludgemaw then will appear on your map for you to go to and farm. Go here, guys, farm this dude, get this version of the Birt bees, and you'll never have to look back. It is utterly wild. Okay, so much like the Birt bees with the torque stickies on, with that flamethrower alt firing mode on, this, guys, can also work on any other weapon that drops with these 2 specific perks on them. Because right now, as you're seeing on screen, I have a green weapon, a Vladof weapon, which has these torque stickies on, which explode on reload or weapon mode switch, which also has flamethrower on it, which is capable of doing the exact same thing. This green weapon, though, you're seeing is only a level 24, but it still insta wipes out any boss. So the same rules apply here, people. All you gotta do is fire down those torque stickies into an enemy, into a boss, before you empty that clip, so leaving a couple in the clip if possible. Just switch to that flamethrower mode, switch back, and you'll notice that you'll insta kill any boss in the game, also ignoring all immune phases, those overshields, etc, etc. Okay, so next up, guys, we have the no reload infinite ammo Explot. Now this can be paired with what we've just covered. It's as simple as that. You can use multiple at the same time, multiple of these gun glitches at the same time. That's good. So how this works, guys, I actually have already covered, so I'll just play that clip from a previous video. But yes, take advantage of this while you can. And also, what's insane about this one is the fact that this glitch will also give alt firing weapons infinite ammo too. So if you have a beastly weapon with a beastly alt firing mode, you can use it indefinitely with no cooldowns. It's utterly broken, people. But it also means all other weapons, no matter what it has, will have infinite ammo and you'll never have to reload them, so you can just keep firing. Okay, so to do this, guys, you need 2 specific items, a weapon and an enhancement. So you need to get yourself a order weapon which has the Ripper licensed magazine on it. This gun charges before auto firing, overriding the order manufacturer's charge functionality. Once you have anything with this on, you then need an order enhancement with free charger on it. When firing from maximum charge, guns with order licensed parts have a 30% chance to make the next shot's charge time and ammo cost 0. So once you have these, make sure they are equipped. Then the process is, with the weapon in hand, fire and reload until you see that magazine isn't emptying. Basically that 0 ammo cost coming into play. So firing the weapon and reloading until you see no ammo is being consumed. Once you see this, you need to quickly switch weapons. If you time this right, the next weapon you pull out will have unlimited ammo and you'll never have to reload. Now the timing can be a little hard, but as you've seen on screen, I did this on Xbox, so it definitely works on console, but I'm absolutely certain it works on PC. It's super simple. But yes, from this point you now have infinite ammo. Any alt firing shots, any alt firing mauls also have infinite ammo, never have to reload, no cooldowns, all that good stuff. And you can use this for as long as you like. The only way I believe this stops working is if you unequip the original weapon and enhancement, and obviously backing out to the main menu. Another thing to add, once you have the no reload infinite ammo applied, you can unequip the main weapon you did this on, and it still works on your other weapon, so keep that in mind. It is truly broken. Okay, so next up guys, we have a couple of crazy farming exploits. So if you need legendaries, you need better gear, OP gear, you can use and abuse these to a point where you're taking out a boss every few seconds. Literally to a point of you're taking out this boss every few seconds, so you're getting piles of loot every few seconds, which can include legendaries, amazing epics, whatever you need guys. So we'll start with Splashzone. So you need to do this in a pair of 2, and how this works is one player stands by the machine constantly resetting it, and the other person follows the path I take on screen now into the Splashzone battle arena. Take him out obviously if he spawns here. Then guys, jump up here and jump onto this thing right here. So you can see this ledge I am looking at. You want to stand on this ledge right at this point. From here guys, all you need to do is jump, and while you're jumping, if your friend's standing by that machine, that Mox's machine, spamming the respawn of this boss button, then guys, all you need to do is jump, take out the boss, jump, take out the boss, jump, take out the boss. I mean, it's as simple as that. All the person by the Mox machine has to do is just spam his button. He doesn't have to wait for nothing, he can just stand there, keep spamming it, simple as that. The player taking out the boss just stands on the spot, jumping, taking him out. And what's good about this guys is you can use any of the glitches in regards to those OP weapons we've covered earlier on to use and abuse this. I mean, the Songbird will work fine here, any of the Vladof SMGs, the Birt speeds, they will all absolutely annihilate him. But I know a lot of people out there have crazy OP builds anyway that wouldn't even need an OP weapon to take him out in an instant, which will allow you to do this. So yeah, come to Splashzone guys and farm like never before. Now another boss you can do this with is Axemaul. Now Axemaul is located in the toil of spoiling this abandoned mine, which unlocks, I think, after you complete the campaign. You'll see this located on screen. Now come through this abandoned mine and you'll find Axemaul. Again, in a pair of 2, one stands next to that Mox's machine, the other guy comes into the arena and goes towards the portal of where you take when you take out the boss. Now from this little room guys, if you stand exactly where I'm standing right here and walk backwards and forwards while your teammate is by Mox's machine resetting the boss, you can take this boss out again every few seconds. I'm doing this with his Songbird, which I didn't stack that much damage on, but I'm still able to take him out with a few shots. Step backwards, my mate resets the machine, I step back forward again, and we take him out. It's as simple as that, and we get crazy loot from this dude. And the great thing about Axemaul is he drops an amazing shotgun called the Birt. So yeah, another one you can take advantage of. So we found a couple of other bosses you can use and abuse this kind of like co-op exploit with, where one resets the boss, the other just takes down the boss in an instant using weapons like the Songbird, the Birt speeds, which I will state still work. But yeah, so we also have guys Directive 0. This one's a little bit more tricky in regards to getting it to work. One person again stands by Mox's machine, the other person comes down into the boss's arena, take out the boss initially. Then guys, you want to go to that room, the exit room where that portal is, and you just want to simply walk towards this line, then dodge backwards. If your friend is spamming the machine up top, it will work perfectly fine for you. It doesn't matter, he doesn't have to time it with you. Just walk forwards. If you're spamming it, just quickly dodge backwards or run forwards towards this line, as you're seeing me do it on screen now, and just dodge backwards, and you'll time it absolutely perfectly every single time. It can be a little tricky to get down, but once you get the hang of it, you are good to go and to abuse Directive 0, this boss, and kill him as quick as possible. So yeah, now Directive 0 is found in this order bunker right here. So yep, do what you gotta do guys and come here. Okay, so you can also do this with a boss of Sludgemaw, who drops the Birt speeds, which is one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, which again we'll cover later on in the video. But yeah, Sludgemaw, this can also work with. Now how you unlock this dude is there's 2 side quests you need to actually complete. These will open up once you meet Rush, I do believe. The first one's called Null and Void, and the second one's called All Charged Up, which you'll see in the locations of these on screen now. Once you get these side quests out of the way, you'll open up Sludgemaw as a boss, and now you can farm him, but you can do it this specific way to kill him quicker than any way possible, basically. So again, one person stands by Mox's Encore machine, spamming that reset button. The other person comes down into the arena. If you've got an overpowered weapon or build and can one tap the boss, you're good to go. What you do is, guys, take out the boss initially, go to where the exit is. You basically grab a hook up and just jump back down or drop back down while your pal is spamming out that Encore machine, and the boss will reset. You just simply take him out. Do this over and over, guys, and you can farm Sludgemaw in a quicker way as possible. So yeah, enjoy that one. This also works, guys, with the Drill a Hole boss, who's the weekly big Encore boss this week. Again, he's located right here on the map. But if you want to do this with him, one person stands by Mox's Encore machine and the other person stands in the corner of the room you initially jump down into. You jump in the far left corner in this one specific spot, double jump. As you double jump and you hit the top, your friend will be able to reset the machine. You then just simply run into the arena, take out the boss, run back to this spot, rinse and repeat, people. It really is as simple as that. So yeah, enjoy this for this week. You may as well, guys. Using that iridium to reset the boss will give you even more legendaries. Okay, so this can also be done with the Core Observer, who is located within the Black Lime bunker, which is an order bunker, which will unlocked upon you completing the 5th or 6th mission in the main story campaign of one fell swoop. Once you do this, you'll see order bunkers appear on your map. So within here, one person stands again by Mox's machine, spamming the reset button, while the other player goes down into the boss's room and stands right by the exit room door near the portal. Positioning yourself, as I do, means a person right by Mox's Encore machine can reset the boss. You then just step forward into the boss's room, he will spawn, you take him out, step back in, take him out while your friend's resetting the machine. It really is as simple as that to earn all of that juicy loot. Now another boss you can do this with is Leader Willem. Now to unlock Leader Willem as a boss you can farm, though you need to take part and complete 5 side quests, and they start, as you're seeing on screen now, with Enter the Electi Part 1, then Enter the Electi Part 2, then the Council Divided, then a Traitor Within, and then the Mole's Gambit. At the end of the Mole's Gambit, you will fight Leader Willem. Upon you completing this side quest, Leader Willem will appear on your map to indeed farm. So once you have this boss unlocked, you can use the trick of one person standing by Mox's machine while the other person takes him out. So this one's super simple. So one person stands by Mox's machine while the other one simply jumps down into the boss's arena, but stands on this small spot in this small room, literally where you jump down. So take out Leader Willem, step back so your back hits the wall behind you, then just step forward and the boss will respawn as long as your pal by Mox's machine is spamming the reset button. And you can do this over and over, guys, taking them out from afar with weapons like the Songbird to earn crazy amounts of loot. Okay, so this can also be done with a boss called Fractis. I will also say though as well, guys, that Fractis is located in the Cruel Craft Order Bunker. Again, Order Bunkers unlock on your map after doing the 5th or 6th story mission of one foul swoop. Now the Noisy Cricket allows you to get to awkward places because of the kind of throwback, the pushback the weapon has upon you jumping or using it. Now the positioning of where you need to be in this Fractis fight and farm, you'll see on screen now as my pal EasyNow1337 Egghead explains exactly where you need to be and what you need to do in order to do this as efficiently as possible. But yeah, in the footage I am the person who's standing and spamming Mox's machine while he does the hard part. But yes, so listen to him on screen now explaining exactly how you get into position to farm this boss.
Like you'll recoil backwards. You can use this to essentially rocket jump. from little areas, but it does huge amounts of damage to you, so you need a big-ish shield. I've got a turtle shield with 18,000, so make sure you have that. We're going to jump up onto this little lip here. You just basically jump once and hold forward. It can be a little bit finicky. It doesn't look like you can stand on there, but you can. Now we're going to go to this lip here. We're going to do a soft double jump and hold forward again. What I mean by soft double jump is we're going to jump, but we're not going to jump until we're starting to fall back down from the original jump. So we can get a good amount of, you know, not bouncing our head off this and getting stuck on this. Now you want to go over to the right as much as I like it. I like being closer, so like here. Now, when you are going to do this, you're going to need to jump and fire at the same time. If you fire straight down, you're not going to get any jumps. You have to essentially blast yourself off this window. Now, I haven't found the perfect position for this, so it's just a trial and error type thing. But essentially, you're going to jump and shoot at the same time, and then you're going to push yourself forwards to this here. Sometimes it looks like you can't make it, but there's a grabby point that will pull you up and make you mantle it. So it's just a case of getting it right. See, I hit underneath it, then I was too close to it, so let's do it again. That should be it. There we go. And we're on there. Now, we're going to get onto this pipe. You can make a single jump to this, but you can also use a noisy cricket, which just makes it a little bit more consistent. There is some weird properties up here with walls. So as soon as you get on here, try not to move too much. You can walk around sometimes absolutely fine. Other times you'll get pushed by an invisible force. So we're going to do this again, and then we're going to get up, and we're going to land here. Now we're going to aim for not the light switch itself, but these little kind of like fittings that are on the wall behind. And we're basically going to do one jump and start to glide forward, and then hit our second jump halfway through the flight. Because otherwise, if you jump too early, sometimes you completely miss. Now we are here. We're going to jump up, and we're going to stand on this little thing here. Right, so this is trial and error as well. You want to get as close as possible to the area, and then get your friend to spawn him in. Because at this point, he can hit that thing if you jump up and down, which will spawn the boss. If the boss isn't coming in, you need to step forward slightly until he spawns in. Whenever he spawns in, that's when you know you're in the perfect position. And then all you need to do is just jump up and down and use your Songbird glitched, overpowered weapon to just basically hit him, jump, hit him, jump.
Okay, so the next two co-op farms take place against those vault bosses who have amazing class items or class mods within their loot pools. Now these farms work in a similar way to the ones we've just covered, but there are specific spots in the boss's arena in which you need to stand in order to have your friend be able to reset the bosses via Mox's Encore machine. So the first vault boss we will check out is a Primordial Garden of Radix. Now he is the boss of the Carcadia Burn area and vault. So on screen now guys, you're seeing previous footage I already posted on this farm, which is how you set this up perfectly. So check this out. This is what you need to do. So obviously with your pal standing at the Mox's big Encore machine, you go down into the arena. Now you need to find a specific spot of where this actually happens. Now I've marked this with a blue weapon drop on the floor, which when you find this particular spot guys, I recommend you do exactly the same. You want to mark the spot so you know exactly where it is. Just drop a blue item or something you know that you're dropping down, you know what it is, so you can go back to if the boss knocks you off course or something along those lines. And you're seeing it on screen now guys. I'm looking around to show you exactly where this boss is. Where this point is where it will reset the boss. So yeah, just make sure you're in this particular spot guys, and you should be good to go. And again, have one person stand at the Mox's machine while you're down there trying to find this spot. And once you start to see that flicker, which you're seeing on screen now, you know that you're in the right spot. Once it's flickering, you're in the right spot. Once you find the spot, people just stand on it, stand there and around it. Just keep walking over the top of it while your friend is spamming Mox's machine, spamming to reset it. And then from that point guys, you just simply keep taking out of this boss. And that's it. That's all you need to do. It's quite simple. It really is, people. Now another vault boss you can do this with is Origo, who is a Terminus range vault boss. So this works in a similar way to the last one. One person stands by Mox's Encore machine while the other player comes into the boss's arena. Here guys, you need to stand in this specific spot I am using right here. it's best to actually drop a piece of loot on the floor in this specific spot, because this boss dive bombs at you and will knock you away from this spot. Here in this spot though, your friend by Mox's machine will see the machine flickering. This is fine as long as he spams the reset button once this boss has been taken down, and the boss will indeed respawn. But yeah, use and abuse this while you can, guys, to get amazing class mods and tons of other loot too. Okay, so I now have a brand new solo farm you can indeed abuse, and how this works is you basically travel between 2 Ripper drill sites and only fight the bosses, or you could just travel and use 1 Ripper drill site. That's completely up to you, but I'll explain with how you do this with 2 Ripper drill sites. And the best thing about this is the 2 drill sites we will be using are home to 5 bosses between them, which means you can travel between the 2 and farm just bosses. There's no waves, there's nothing of that nature. So how this works is it's quite simple. So first things first, make sure you've already got open the Source Clench Ripper drill site located all the way up here, and the nearby fast travel point. Make sure these are already on the map. The Ripper drill site, you'll have to clear it out initially to get it to appear on your map, so keep that in mind, but make sure it's open on your map, and the nearby fast travel station is also open on your map. Then guys, make sure this Ripper drill site is also open on your map. Again, that means you have to complete it at least once. It's the old scrape or old scrap. This is a Ripper drill site, and also make sure that the nearby fast travel station or the silo is also unlocked on your map. Once these are unlocked, both of these Ripper drill sites, you're good to use and abuse this. So starting at either one, it doesn't really matter. I'll start up at the top left one. What you want to do, guys, is just reset this actual Ripper drill site and run it as per normal. So just wipe out everything. So once you get to the bosses, guys, there's 3 bosses in here, just take them out. Once you've taken out the bosses, what you want to do here, guys, is you can check your loot if you want to, or just leave it because it will just stack up. But from here, do not use Mox's machine, so do not reset this Ripper drill site. What you want to do, guys, is travel to the other Ripper drill site. So whichever one you started at, travel to the opposite one covered in today's video. So yeah, travel to the nearby or the silo or fast travel point. Then make your way to the Ripper drill site, and from here, guys, again reset the drill site using Mox's machine, then take it out as normal. So run through it, take out the waves of enemies, and then take out the bosses. From this point, guys, again you can check your loot or leave it on the floor. Again, it will just stack up, but do not use Mox's encore machine to reset. From this point, guys, travel back up to or back down to the other Ripper drill site. From this point, guys, run to it, but do not use Mox's machine. I repeat, do not use Mox's machine. Here, just run straight in. And what you'll notice is that the bosses will instantly spawn back in. No waves of enemies, no money spending to reset it. The bosses will spawn back in. Simple as that. Take out the bosses, people. Then travel back down to the other Ripper drill site. Do the exact same here, guys. Run to it. Do not use Mox's machine to reset it. Run straight in, and you'll notice that the boss will spawn straight back in. Now there's 2 bosses in the old scrape, and there's 3 bosses in the other Ripper drill site. So there's 5 bosses here you can farm on a cycle of just running back to these or teleporting back to these, going to them and not using Mox's machine, running straight in, guys, and just taking out the bosses. It really is as simple as that. Now you will get sometimes at the top Ripper drill site that not all of 3 of the bosses will spawn in. Sometimes you'll get 1, sometimes you'll get 2, but I'd say about 7 or 8 times out of 10 you will get all 3. But yes, use and abuse this amazing solo glitch while you can. Next up guys, we have the infinite red chest exploit. This one's probably for those earlier game players. I mean, the red chests are a perfect prime example of dropping decent early loot, but there's a red chest you can exploit early on in the game which you can open an infinite amount of times. So check out this clip I covered in a previous video and do what you gotta do. So this takes place right down here in Stillshore. So travel to the abandoned post safe house and make your way down here. Now there's a save point on your way which you need to trigger. So once you've triggered that save point, head around to Stillshore. Here guys, you'll see that red chest in chains. Here simply take out the enemies until a badass spawns in, then take out the badass. Once you do this, the chains will be removed from that chest and you can open it up. Once you have and you've grabbed what loot you want, you quit out the game and load back in. Once you load back in, you'll be at that save point we triggered. From here, head back to Stillshore just around the corner and that red chest will be here ready for you to open again. So again, take out the enemies until that badass spawns in, take the badass out, open the chest, quit out the game, load back in, rinse and repeat until you've got what you want guys. It's as simple as that. Lastly guys, we're going to check out two weapons which make the most out of the crit throwing knife. So if you have the crit knife, what you're seeing on screen now, which if you don't have, this is a random world drop, but if you want it, join my Discord link down below and you'll be hooked up with it. But this crit knife is absolutely broken in regards to what it can do. We've seen what it does on the Vex build and many other builds, but in regards to just this paired with a particular two weapons, this thing will insta one tap every boss, no skill tree involved. So the first weapon is the kickballer. This is a melee one shotgun. Now this kickballer is a drop from Sludgemaw, who we covered earlier on in the video, but if you skipped using timestamps, Sludgemaw the boss is unlocked after you complete two side quests. The first one called Null and Void and the second one called All Charged Up, found right here on the map. Upon you doing this side quest, Sludgemaw becomes a boss you can indeed farm. Farm him, get the kickballer, pair this with this crit knife and it does utterly broken things to a point where it's probably 8 times out of 10 gonna take you out at the same time. You make sure it's a crit shot with that crit knife, you shoot this thing, if it hits a boss it does devastating things, it really does. Quite a spectacle to see. But there's also guys a shotgun called the Stellium, which is a random world drop. This is a purple rarity, but what you want on this is the alt firing mode of energy disc. If you find this shotgun, people, it does just as much damage as the kickballer, but it's more controlled, it's more in like a confined area, which means you ain't gonna take yourself out most of the time. But again, in the Stellium shotgun with that energy disc on it, pair this with that crit knife and what you're seeing is just utter devastation. And there we have it guys for working, well, the most popular working glitches after the latest patch. Guys, if you did enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And hopefully my beautiful people, I will see you on that next one.